Let's get lit. Let's get lit. AP style. AP style. Take it back to the beginning. 1390, the Canterbury Tales. Let's be honest though, Chaucer didn't have the best sales, but like the other works from the medieval era, it contains specific themes that you should be aware of. The 7 deadly sins they always seem to hover, or the values of a person and their courtly lover. 500 to the 16th century, Geoffrey Chaucer wrote down an adventure. He has affected more generations than he could foresee. Moving on, the Renaissance is happening now, and if you don't know this next guy, I don't know how. Shakespeare owned the era, he's the best we got. With stuff like King Lear and Hamlet, his writing was hot. His works were set in Scotland, Italy, and France. His stories gave the theme of adventure a chance. In Caesar and Macbeth, the Renaissance came to life. Othello questions his mind as well as his wife. 1500 to the year 1670. These works have gone down in history. The writing continues, sweeping the land. 1700, the Enlightenment's at hand. Say goodbye to the past. Old institutions are going down. Now that Voltaire brought his satire to town, he's breaking through the traditions, challenging status quo, making readers question what they claim to know. 1759, he writes Candide, using words to plant an enlightening seed. Now comes the romance, love is in the air. Belief in individuals was common everywhere. The supernatural ruled the page, and Mary Shelley, she was all the rage. 1818, she wrote Frankenstein. That poor monster's life made me feel better about mine. 1798 to 1870, bro. Love for nature really began to grow. Now, let's get real up in here. Charles Dickens helped the age of realism appear. Attention to detail gave light to little things. Transparent language clarified the lessons it brings. The Pickwick Papers and Oliver Twist. Poor Ollie was an orphan who wouldn't be missed. Starting in 1820, it lasts 100 years, talking about the real stuff like life, death, and fears. Next, for England, came the great story of Victorian literature in all of its glory. The drive to climb up the social ladder made the poor happy while the rich just got sadder. Bronte had triple and Tennyson won. George Eliot was really a woman, son. Characters rebelled against stereotypes and codes. Ideals and opinions were written in novels, songs, and odes. It starts in 1837, and from there it goes to 1901, as every English pro knows.
Freedom and authenticity enter the scene. It's only 1850, still the reign of the queen. But existentialism carries on to the present, and the main philosophies are not always pleasant. Thinking begins with the human subject, not just the thinking but the feeling aspect. In 1966, Johnny Mackey Mack was the leader in bringing Christian theology back.
Darwin.
You won't survive.
Let's kick it up a notch.
No one's really happy, but we do the best we can. Survival of the fittest, Darwin is a fan. 1870 to 1920, Darwin's books did share detachment from the story and no free will to spare. The descent of man embodies the thoughts and themes of naturalism and the era's dankest memes.
Oh my God.
It's 1903, that's knowledge we're pursuing, spreading the love while war is a brewing. E.M. Forster, who wrote Howard's End in 1910, the story was penned. The Bloomsbury Group ended 1964, all their work was unappreciated before. Joseph Conrad, we read him in class. The journey into darkness was a trespass. Breaking through styles of poetry and verse, this literary wagon is a real hearse. A conscious desire to keep everything alive. This era lasted 1910 to 1965. The world is in a state of constant unresolved. The knowledge of mind will always evolve. Graham Swift wrote the novel Waterland, which really helped postmodernism to expand. From 1960 to the day we're in, and that is the lit history of Britain.